you today. How many of you want to wake up every day and do what you were born to do?
Yes.
Right? Not what you were trained to do, not what got you $160,000 in student loans and debt to do, but flat out what you were born to do. I found myself in that situation 4 years ago because I was an exec working in corporate America. Now, honestly, Maureen, I had the good job that had the great benefits. And I was getting up every single day going to work, the J-O-B. I found out later on it was called the Journey of the Broke. I understood why later on. But I was doing what I had been trained to do, which was, again, human resources. I actually came out of national security. I dumbed down my profession so that I could be at home more often with my children. I'm a single mom of 2 children. I got any single moms in the room? Right? And so you know how it is. We have to be able to strike a balance. And so here it was. I was at that one time, I was traveling all over the world in ports and airports, making sure that our national security was safe. And then that job just took me away from home too much. So I ended up having to turn around and do something less busy, which was HR. So that career took me to California and then took me over to Atlanta, Georgia, where I arrived in 2008 thinking, wow, this is going to be the career move of a lifetime. This is going to set me up for the books of history in my profession. So I did a great job, as they say. And then literally in 2010, they walked into my office after I wrote their reduction in force plan. I wrote the reduction in force plan. Hear me now. I wrote the reduction in force plan. I redesigned the organizational charts. Only thing no one told me was that my position was not supposed to be on there either. They came into my office. On April 13th, I rolled out the reduction in force plan for MARTA. 600 families were going to be impacted. That was a cost savings to the contract because we didn't get what was called a sales tax revenue that was supposed to come in through legislation and never came. They walked into my office on April 14th and said, thank you for all of your hard work. They just given me the award for top 40 under 40 in the United States. They said, listen, these credentials are going to serve you well in your next job. Only I didn't know I was going to look for another job. They said in 6 months your position will no longer exist. I had to go home that day and face my daughter, who had just got accepted to a school called Woodward Academy. In Atlanta, Georgia is one of the most prestigious schools in the South. $25,000 a year to go to this school, and they don't accept payment plans. They want that check 2 weeks before your child steps foot on the campus. Meanwhile, my daughter's all excited about the ketchup bottles in the kitchen. See, she wanted to go to school that had a cafeteria, other than her having to have lunch delivered in, right? Little things. And I had to come home and say, well, sweetie, it looks like we'll be going back to Georgia public schools, because this is not going to happen. I tried to call my bank. Anybody had mortgage crisis? I tried to call the bank and say, listen, would you mind working with me on this mortgage? I'm a veteran. You know, can you give me a little bit more time? I just lost my job. $330 a week is all that I was making from the great state of Georgia in unemployment. My mortgage was $1,500. Wells Fargo said, we have the perfect solution for you, Paula. It's called cash for keys. Give us your keys, we'll give you $2,000 and give you 30 days to get out. Here I am thinking, wow, what in the world? And then Georgia had the audacity to tax the $330 a week they were giving me. Something had to give. So I went to that place, a.k.a. Drama Book, better known as Facebook, right? And I posted, I said, listen, I literally was getting ready to go through and something tapped me on my shoulder spiritually and said, listen, do not complain. I need you to stand still. How many of you know it's really hard to stand still when everything from you is falling out, right? Talk a total faith walk. And here I was, if it couldn't get any worse, the cars, my toys that I had, one by one, they were disappearing in the middle of the night. We know what that means, right? And then the last one that I went and bought, I'm standing at the basketball court teaching my daughter how to play ball, and my daughter says, Mom, is the fire supposed to be falling from under that? I said, let's just walk away. Real fast, right? And everything fell out. But I love it because it was an ultimate setup. Somebody say setup.
Setup.
It was a setup for the divine appointment that I would have with the stranger that I would meet on Facebook. This gentleman said, I don't know what you're going through, but I need you to meet me at a hotel. You want me to meet you where? I literally borrowed a friend's vehicle, put my pit bull in the truck, drove 48 miles with my pit bull's head hanging out one window and my head out the other. Because I wanted to hear what this total stranger had to say to me. And this gentleman, I'm going to tell you, some of you today, you got invited to listen to something. You're like, oh, God, I'm going to go just because it's you. I'm going to drive you to the hotel. I'm coming because you said you was coming. I got you, right? But I'm going to tell you, somebody say divine.
Divine.
We all must have a divine appointment at some point in time in our life, and I had mine in April of 2010. It is because of that divine appointment, that total stranger, I couldn't even tell you where he is today, that I stand before you in the last 11 months having made over $130,000 in this company. Residual. I I am still proudly that single mother of 2 amazing children. Now my daughter is a permanent waitress because her hand is always out. She loves when I travel because it's the guilt trip of, Mom, since you're gone, can I? Absolutely, right? But I love it because I'm now able to have my time back. Anybody want their time back in New York? Yes. Right? We know how much money we have. We don't know how much time we have. And you can tell me, oh, Chinaza, I got a great job. I make great money. I know here in New York the cost of living is higher and the incomes are higher, but you know what? So are the taxes. Let's talk about that, right? And at the end of the day, the responsibility is higher. It's more hours. I don't know. This say the city never sleeps. I mean, people are always working. So we've got to balance that thing out. And so today, I'm just coming to bring you hope because I'm just a single girl from Buffalo, New York, whose parents, literally, I was born in Buffalo. My parents migrated here, but we had dirt poor and the dirt poor. Can I keep it 100 with you?
Keep it.
Anybody remember the blue book with the brown, purple, and the green stamps?
Yes.
We gonna keep it 100, right? We ran and we cracked those open for change. I did. We busted them open for change. We played 75, 28, $1 straight box, and we were hoping that something would break open. My family lived like that for years. It was the street hustle. My grandfather ran street numbers.
Yes.
He did that for a minute, and that's how our family got by. Put us through Catholic school, put us through great schools. But how many of you know that what our grandparents did really doesn't work for what we need to do today?
True.
Anybody seen anybody running numbers today?
No.
Right? At the end of the day, times have changed, and I keep telling people, we can't think like our grandparents did. See, my grandmother told me, baby, go to school, get a good education so you can have a safe and secure
job.
Okay, your grandmother had that same conversation with you, right? Somebody had that conversation, but that doesn't work anymore because how do you know jobs are not safe or secure? Right? And a lot of our kids are going to school, getting in debt, getting education, and coming out and having no jobs to even be able to recoup what they paid to go to school for. So I'm going to talk to you about two things there because we truly only do 2 things. I'm not here to hype, fluff, oversell, do anything. This is travel. We sell travel. Ladies, have we ever traveled, though, with that little bit of luggage? No. Right? My shoes need one bag by themselves. And we offer an opportunity for people to have their own travel business. Period. Right now, people are thirsty, hungry, looking for opportunity. I'm going to be overwhelmed by what happens when I hit the ground of London because travel there. I talked to the lady yesterday, and Mark, she told me nobody that she knows has less than 25 days of vacation.
That's right.
Less than. She said she's just now seeing people this month that left in June.
Yes.
So again, the holidays are a lot bigger than vacation, so you're definitely on the right place at the right time and in the right industry. So again, we sell the opportunity around the globe for people to have their own business. Now, do I have a guest up here?
Yeah, right there.
So, let me ask you. If I were to pay you $50 to share this business with people, how many people would you share it with? All right, you get $50. I want you to share this business because that's what we do. Every time, and you get to keep that. I don't want it back, right? Every time we share this business with someone, she's asking. Right there, right? Every time you share this business with someone, the company's going to pay you $50. Now here, let me back that thing up because I know I'm in New York, the home of the skeptics. Please don't announce it. Don't raise your hand. I don't want to see it, right? Because we brag about being skeptical. Again, you allow me to keep it 100 with you, New York. Yes. Can I tell you skeptical people are broke?
Yes.
You still love me tomorrow. But it's the skepticism that has robbed a lot of us because we've got fear built in us for no apparent reason. The definition of poor, P-O-O-R, is passing over opportunities repeatedly. But we will refer people all day. We will say, listen, where do you go get your hair done? Have you ever referred anyone to a great restaurant? And they took your advice and went to that restaurant? Had a good time. Then they came back and said thank you too, but did the restaurant send you a check? No. Congratulations, she has worked for free. Ooh. We work for free over and over and over again. We refer people to things that they need daily. But then Chinaza comes and says, listen, I want you to refer people to start their own travel business. And the first thing you say is that one of those things. I don't know what that thing is, and pyramids are in Egypt. And at the end of the day, what I do understand about this business, right, is that a pyramid is an illegal entity that offers no product or service. Our product is travel. Our service is travel. So we can eradicate that thought process right there. Every time you share this business with someone, you're going to get paid $53, right? Here's the beautiful thing. And I like to bring it home because I know I got people here who are in corporate America, but then we have a raise. Anybody got a raise lately? Right. I was told at MARTA that I was told coming in you won't get a raise for 5 years. told that coming through the door. At the end of the day, bills keep going up. Those residual bills that come to your house every month and they don't apologize, they show up faithfully, whether you want them to or not. Would you agree that if you got those residual bills, you need a residual form of income, don't you? Yes. At the end of the day, the company starts and they give you a $20 coded bonus. That begins at your, somebody say third. Third. Coded bonuses start at your third person. Now you're earning $20, totaling $70 every time you share this business with someone. Now, I'm not the greatest mathematician in the world, but what I do understand is that $70 deducted from 149 is a 48% out on profits. Does anybody companies pay you 48% of their profits?
No way.
And you haven't even seen team bonuses, right? Right. And if you go from team bonuses, that's something else that we added in, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But team bonuses are powerful because now the company's throwing in another $20 that they divide amongst the leadership every time somebody comes into your organization. I did some math the other day. $90 is a diamond every time you bring someone in personally. Then, of course, the 150% match, we'll talk about that in a minute. That's $120 that goes back out to the field. What am I saying today? You're dealing with a company that is extremely generous and wants to see above average people make above average income. So now, that third person, Nancy, you bring her in the business, and now you're earning that $20 coded bonus off of her. But here's the beautiful thing. Nancy is coded to you. So are the first two people that she brings in the business, which means that until Nancy gets to her third person, she will not earn coded bonuses. But the first two, here we go. You get $20. Would you have a problem earning $20 off of people that you do not know? That goes through infinity. Can somebody tell me when infinity ends?
Never. Now until.
Ever. I love it because, again, we have a vested interest to help people build their business. Now, the coded bonus, again, imagine you earn $20 off of everybody that showed up at your job. Can anybody see that? Anybody got a company that got more than 100 employees? Can I bring it home? Your boss earns over $20 off of every person that shows up at that job. Right? And we want to look at the business model and just understand. Somebody say, it's just business.
It's just business.
It's just business. In corporate America, they're leveraging your time and talent to make money overrides off of your efforts. Here, we are showing you how to leverage the time and talent of other people to generate additional income. In our business, it's called coded bonuses. But what I think is powerful is that now you've taught Nancy how to build her business. She's duplicating your efforts. And now Nancy is earning that coded bonus herself. And the company, Denise, says, listen, thank you so much for introducing Denise to this company. If not for you, we would have not met her. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to match her coded bonuses, that income, 100%. Y'all ain't excited enough. Right? Let me break that thing down. Anybody refer anybody to a job?
Yeah.
They got that job?
Yeah.
You trained them?
Yes.
And then on Friday you got a 100% match of their income?
No.
Hey. Right? Here, you're sharing an opportunity with that person. You bring them in the business. You train them. You coach them. They start earning coded bonuses, and the company says, thank you. We'll match those coded bonuses 100%. So if you earn $100, what's the 100% match?
$100.
If you earn $1,000, what's the 100% match? If you earn zero, what's the 100% match? Zero. It's still 100%. Right? And then you got Mark. He's just here for the tax breaks and the travel perks. Simply, he doesn't really want to do very much. He'll figure it out later. But then you got Ron. And again, this is from your third person through infinity. Now, again, folks, there are no limits. And again, everyone that's coded to you is always coded to you. But you know what? I get excited because I got two people on my front line that call me all the time for three-way calls. Tim and Delonda George and Jackie Pippins. And I love it because when they call me, they were the first two people that I brought into this business. And usually when they call me, that means they're bringing someone else in the business. What's powerful about that is that every time they earn that $20 coded bonus, the company matches their income 150%. There's where you clap again right there. So when they earn $20, I earn $30.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
What's also impressive, and again, guys, it's a vested interest to train, mentor, and develop. This is literally an amazing professional development program with a sick compensation plan tied to it. Will my business owners agree?
Yes.
Now, most people get into the industry because they're looking for residual. Ladies, we've dusted and the dust come back the next day, right? That's that residue that keeps coming over and over and over again. And bring it closer to home. Michael Jackson, even in his death, 7 years, his estate has made over $500 million. Somebody say cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
And Billie Jean is still not his girl. Right? So at the end of the day, $500 million and he's gone. He did something he recorded one track one time and he's getting his children's children are going to get paid forever. In this business, when we help people develop them and we do it one time, we're going to develop residual income that's going to pay us every single month. Is that not powerful?
Yes.
And it's not just one stream, it's 6. Somebody say 6.
6.
6 different streams of residual income. Now, again, I might send you to analysis paralysis today. You saw Katie, so you can refer back to her because she will tell you everything you need to know. Oftentimes we put her on mute, but you will be able to talk to her, right?